Warning. This video may not be up for much longer because I'm exposing the truth, and a lot of people don't want you to get this information. Most people, including yourself, are sick, overweight, tired, and flat out unhappy. And meanwhile, big pharmaceutical companies are handing out prescription drugs like candy on Halloween that do nothing but mask the illnesses you and many others are suffering from. We are all starting to understand that big pharma only cares about profiting from your sickness. They don't actually want you to be healthy. They want you to remain unhappy, overweight, tired, and unmotivated. They want you to age prematurely and stay prescribed to their medications. It's big business for them, and their profits are soaring, hiding the truth from you and everybody else. What they don't want you to know is there is a simple solution to prevent almost all illness. Something that big pharma doesn't want you to know. You see, I've discovered a simple solution to help you lose weight, have glowing skin, reverse aging, and most importantly, be healthier than you ever have. A solution so rare and so scarce it can only be found in one of the most southern parts of Chile. That's why my team of nutritionists, medical advisors, and chemists are bringing this scarce resource to your attention today. To finally fight back against big pharma and modern-day agriculture industrialists that want to keep you sick and unhealthy. This secret ingredient I've discovered and brought to you helps your body fight fat, reverse aging, feel energized, and make you as healthy as can be. This is what big pharma doesn't want you to know, and what modern-day agriculture industrialists have stolen from you and your family. This secret resource helps you lose weight, gain optimal organ function, give mental clarity, give clean energy, give immune system support, lower blood pressure, reverse aging, clear your skin, and so much more. You see, in the entire existence of human beings, we have never been neglected of this resource. Agricultural industrialists have stolen this resource from you, and big pharma does nothing to help because they know if they do, their profits will disappear before their very eyes. Without this secret resource that I'll show you how to obtain today, you could be suffering from weight gain, fatigue, organ failure, dementia, diabetes, headaches, high blood pressure, aging skin, and even death. Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but this is the truth. Modern-day agriculture industrialists have depleted our water and food supplies of the nutrients our bodies need to be healthy. And big pharma could care less, because they are cashing in on your sickness. It's wrong, and I'm here today to help you and your family regain the health you deserve. Just take a look around. How many people do you know that try to work out or diet and can't seem to lose a single pound? How many people do you know that suffer from constant fatigue or depression? It's a plague that has swept across most of the world. Human beings are sicker and unhappier than ever. I, just like you, had no idea what was causing so many people to be so sick. I unfortunately had to learn the hard way, which I don't want to happen to you. My wife of 8 years and I were having our normal Sunday afternoon with our 3 kids on our back patio. It was a beautiful spring day, the weather was perfect. Everything felt just right. I was on the grill cooking up some hamburgers and steaks while my wife was inside putting together a fresh-made salad and pasta. I had just pulled the food off the grill and called the kids up to wash their hands and get ready for dinner. I'll never forget the horrific screams I heard just a few short seconds later as they entered the house. I quickly ran inside to see my wife having a seizure on our kitchen floor. I quickly jumped to her and screamed for my oldest son to dial 911. It felt like an eternity holding my wife as she laid there unconscious, but finally the ambulance arrived and rushed her to the hospital. My heart was racing, hands were shaking, and my kids were in tears as we quickly followed the ambulance to the hospital. I paced back and forth for some time in the waiting room praying to God my wife would make it through this. The doctor finally came out and told me my wife had suffered a seizure, but he was dumbfounded on what the cause was. He was asking all sorts of questions about drug use or alcohol abuse, to which my wife rarely had more than a glass of wine once a week. You see, my wife was only 41 years old, and she is an avid gym goer. Well, I'll just say it, she's a bit of a health nut. The doctors and I were confused about what could have caused a very healthy young woman to suffer a seizure for no apparent reason. I felt completely helpless and clueless. Here I was wondering if today was the last day I'd ever talk to my wife again. And how I could explain this to our 3 young boys. A few hours went by before the test results came back. The results showed my wife had suffered a seizure because she was chronically dehydrated and malnourished. She was lacking dozens of important nutrients the body needs to function at a healthy level. At the time I couldn't understand how my wife could be dehydrated, because she drinks almost nothing but water besides her morning coffee. This didn't make any sense to me at the time, nor to the doctors. She ate healthy every day, always making sure to provide our family with vegetables and well-balanced meals. So how on earth could she be malnourished and dehydrated? We were given multiple pamphlets and information on chronic dehydration along with malnutrition. But like I said, my wife ate incredibly healthy and drank almost nothing but water. The doctors prescribed a grocery list of medications for my wife to take. But my wife, being a bit of an all-natural herbalist, refused to take them and seek an organic alternative. So we immediately began researching dehydration and malnourishment. To our surprise, we learned that 75% of Americans alone suffer from chronic dehydration. And the statistics on malnourishment across the globe were absolutely mind-blowing. Like I said before, modern-day agriculture industrialists have depleted our water and food supplies of the nutrients you need to survive and be healthy. These two very easy to fix, yet so common ailments seem to be the cause of almost every sickness people feel on a day-to-day basis. From being fatigued, headaches, weight gain, even dementia, seizures, and even organ failure. We knew at that moment we had to help others. So we put together a list of the most optimal and natural ingredients, in a FDA and GMP approved facility with the utmost sanitary precautions, to create what we call Electrolyte Pack. Packed with niacin, potassium, vitamin C, vitamin B12, vitamin B6, electrolytes, and everything else your body needs to function at optimal levels. Electrolyte Pack was a simple, fast, and all-natural solution for my wife to beat her chronic dehydration and gain the proper nutrients her body needs. In fact, she loved it so much, she said to me she felt like we had created the fountain of youth. I started taking a pack a day myself and felt like I was in my early 20s again just after a few days. My wife couldn't wait to get this out to her friends, so she began passing it out at the local gym we go to. Just a few days later, her friends were asking her for more, and that's when we knew we had something special. That's when we knew we had something that could fight back against big pharma and agriculture industrialists who have depleted our food and water sources, keeping you sick and unhealthy. Her good friend Jeanette, who constantly dieted and worked out 7 days a week, struggled to lose any weight. Jeanette swears up and down that Electrolyte Pack within the first month helped her lose 16 pounds of fat. She had this to say. "Hey Becca, I wanted to thank you so much for introducing me to Electrolyte Pack. I've tried every diet from keto to calorie deficits, and nothing worked. Taking Electrolyte Pack is giving my body the boost it needs to shed this stubborn fat off. I look and feel great. I feel the energy I once had as a younger adult. Thank you so much for helping me feel young and healthy again." The change Becca felt was because chronic dehydration and malnourishment is a leading cause of almost all sickness we feel. And our good friend Jason, who always felt tired and depressed, who could barely muster up the energy to make it to the gym more than once a week, was suddenly there every day. He swears up and down Electrolyte Pack gave him such a boost in mood and energy. He had this to say. "I used to chug multiple energy drinks and ungodly amounts of coffee just to get me through the day. I was actually suffering with my work, and as you noticed could barely find the motivation to make it to the gym more than once a week. I started taking Electrolyte Pack after talking with you, and holy crap, I feel like a teenager again. I've ditched the energy drinks and only have a few cups of coffee in the morning before work. I feel so refreshed and energized. Electrolyte Pack truly is incredible. I can't thank you enough." Look, it seems wild, but it's true. Modern-day agriculture industrialists have depleted your main sources of nutrients. If you are feeling the side effects such as weight gain, fatigue, even premature aging, it's not your fault, because these damn industrialists have ruined our natural sources of food and water. This fat-incinerating, age-reversing Electrolyte Pack has astonished even the most skeptical of doctors. The outcry has even angered big pharma overlords. In fact, I'm here to tell you that almost everything you thought you knew about chronic dehydration and lack of proper nutrients is so wrong that it's putting you closer to an early grave with each passing moment. You see, I'll prove to you that this has nothing to do with your age, genetics, diet, or lack of exercise. And in the next 2.5 minutes, I'm going to show you undeniable, scientific proof from top doctors and scientists across the globe that proves your chronic dehydration and malnourishment is causing you to gain weight, feel tired, and age you faster. All of your problems from weight loss, to aging, to fatigue can be solved with a stick pack a day of Electrolyte Pack. Today, I want you to try Electrolyte Pack and become healthy as can be. To not even recognize yourself in the mirror because you aged in reverse. To never have to witness your loved ones in pain, stressed out for your survival, because they can sense your suffering. To never again have to worry about becoming a burden to your family financially, physically, or emotionally. To never have to worry about the impact of pandemics or viruses or your healthcare skyrocketing because of sickness and disease. And to have the energy of a kid again, looking more youthful than you have in decades. To become the envy of your friends and re-sparking that desire in your spouse. Does this sound too good to be true? Well, I promise you, all of this is possible with Electrolyte Pack. And I'm sure you may have tried everything under the sun to lose weight, to have energy, and to feel younger, from keto supplements, to vigorous workout and diet routines. Yet nothing has worked because you may lack the most important thing. Proper hydration and nutrients to get the results you desire fast. But, look, there's no guarantee that this video will be here even in a few hours from now. You see, Big Pharma fears that you'll discover what I have to expose. Because this is going to destroy the very diseases that lets them charge those morally disgusting drug prices to you. The very same cash cow that's been deliberately designed not to cure you of your ailments, but to keep you as a customer forever. The last thing they want is for you to free yourself from the shackles of drugs and medical care. So pay attention for the next couple minutes and listen to every single thing I have to say. Turn off all distractions. Because you can regain 100% control over your mental and physical health, lose weight and turn back the clock on aging with Electrolyte Pack. So let me introduce myself. My name is Chad Johnson. I'm 44 years old and I live in Columbus, Ohio with my wife Becca. We have 3 kids. I used to be an electrician by day, but now I'm a full-time natural health expert. My wife, being the health advocate she is, pulled me into all of this health and wellness stuff 20 years ago when we first met. And right now I have a very serious warning. Despite it being so common amongst people, very few understand the risks they're at. Because I don't want the same thing that happened to my wife, happen to you. We were your average suburban family, enjoying life. And like everyone else, we took our health for granted. It was as if sickness was some abstract concept that only happened to other people, but never us. I mean, the closest thing we endured as a family was a few bumps and bruises our boys would suffer playing outside. We felt young, healthy, and invincible. The boys were active in sports, my wife and I took very good care of ourselves, until that one spring afternoon, reality struck when my wife suffered a seizure out of nowhere. She had been an all-star tennis champion since high school, having played the sport since she was a kid. Her lifestyle and diet was squeaky clean. She even enforced this on the kids and myself. I was the glutton who loved ice cream, donuts, and seriously hated exercise, yet the claws of chronic dehydration and malnourishment came for her. You see, the only thing the doctors ever cared to do is write a prescription. As they do with almost every patient. It's because big pharma corporations have been grooming doctors for profits since their medical school days. But, as almost every patient knows, most medications don't improve your health, but rather dull the pain. These medications are merely designed to keep you coming back for more. You can achieve weight loss, improve energy and focus, have clearer skin, reverse aging, and so much more with one stick of Electrolyte Pack a day. If you're wondering, just how the heck did I learn all of this? Let me tell you. One fateful day at the gym, I was passing out Electrolyte Pack sticks to my buddies when an older gentleman hopped off the treadmill to come ask just what I was passing out. He introduced himself as Martin, a 71-year-old retired marine biologist from Chile. He asked what this stick pack of Electrolyte Pack was all about, and his demeanor quickly changed. He began to drop more knowledge on me about the side effects of industrial agriculture and how most water and food in the world is more contaminated than I ever imagined. Martin was explaining things to me that I had never imagined, and it all began to make so much sense why so many people suffer from premature aging, weight gain, and depression. Martin explained to me he's from a very small village in one of the most southern parts of Chile. A part where industrialists have not contaminated their water or food supplies. He said moving to America, one of the biggest shocks was seeing how fast people aged here. He never saw so many overweight, tired, depressed, and sick people before in his life. Martin said he was able to quickly figure out what was wrong with so many Americans. It's because the water and food we consume is contaminated, and doesn't contain the nourishment our body needs to fight fat and give energy. I was blown away by everything he said. He showed pictures of his family in Chile, and they all looked so much happier, in shape, and healthier than a typical American family. Martin said what I had created needs to go mainstream. Electrolyte Pack needs to go public. People need something like Electrolyte Pack to maintain a healthy body and mind. Because industrialists have stripped our water and food of the most important nourishment our bodies need. I knew right then and there, my wife and I had to put this video together, to help save people's lives, such as yourself. To help people lose weight, gain clean positive energy, and reverse aging. To ultimately fight back against modern-day agriculture industrialists and big pharma. When I arrived home I did a quick Google search about Chile, and Martin wasn't lying to me. The very cleanest water in the world is located in Puerto Williams, Chile. This has been recently discovered by scientists at the universities of Texas and Chile. These universities collaborated together to find the cleanest water and food resources in the world. According to the director of the Arctic Bioculture Conservation Program, water, food, and air in this area are incredibly clean. It is an ecosystem that existed on the planet before the world industrial revolution and maintains its independence today. Everything started adding up for me, and then it hit me. All of these problems that people suffer from, maybe even yourself, stem from our water and food supply. Our water and food lacks the nutrients that it once had before the Industrial Revolution, and it's causing you to gain weight, feel sluggish, depressed, and age you faster. Martin is 71 years old and working out harder than most the men half his age. And it's all because he is aware of what's going on in our water and food supplies. It's my mission to ensure you eliminate fat, regain your health, gain energy, and add a couple extra years or even decades to your life expectancy. Just imagine how that would feel. Imagine watching your skin begin to reverse in age, your fat begin to melt off, and your mental health reaching levels of happiness you haven't felt in years. Imagine proclaiming you no longer need even a single medication anymore. And getting that spark you crave from your spouse again. All of this without having to endure a vigorous workout or diet routine. And the best feeling of all is you know that with every electrolyte pack you take, you're actively eliminating your risk of premature aging, seizures, kidney failure, depression, clearing your skin, and shedding fat. Not to mention extra years to spend with your loved ones. Thousands of men and women, just like you, are seeing dramatic transformations, thanks to Electrolyte Pack. Regular people, just like you or my wife, who have seen themselves turn back the clock. They're regular folks who have been failed by conventional medicine and have instead followed a simple remedy that's proven time after time. Now I know you're probably wondering, how much is this life-saving Electrolyte Pack going to cost me? But before I answer, you have to realize that you shouldn't be thinking of this as a cost at all. Realize that your long-term health is the most important investment you could ever make. I'm talking about a total turnaround for every aspect of your health. Not only reversing your age and weight loss. You'll finally be enjoying life again with a refreshed, clean state of mind and body. The decision to skip this opportunity and go back to your normal routine is what Big Pharma wants you to do. Chronic dehydration and malnourishment will not only cost you your happiness, but also many decades of your life. The hospital bills and medications can cost you thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Your decision to invest a tiny amount right now will not only change your long-term health and happiness, but it could also save you a huge amount of money in medical costs. If you don't do it for yourself, do it at least for your loved ones. Because they would be the most devastated if something were to happen. How much is your health worth and your family's peace of mind? Can you really put a price tag on peace of mind? Whatever that amount is in your head, forget it. Because the last thing I want is for the cost to be an issue. In fact, making profit from Electrolyte Pack was literally the last thing on my mind, and that will always remain the case. My original focus was to expose the industrialists and big pharma who have kept you sick and not feeling well. Thus, my focus is simply to help as many people as possible regain their health. Despite having to collect the purest and most costly nutrients for Electrolyte Pack across the globe, and having to manufacture in a FDA and GMP certified facility with the utmost sanitary precautions and qualified chemists, nutritionists, and medical advisors, I've managed to slash prices to absolute lowest possible at the price you see below. I know it sounds too good to be true. But my mission is sincerely to help as many people I can to regain their health, lose weight, and reverse the effects of aging. The truth is, the price below is just enough to cover my costs and allows me to keep this website and newsletter running. Click the buy button below to try Electrolyte Pack absolutely risk-free with an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. But before you do, I just want to make something clear. If you're a little doubtful about whether this remedy can really work for you, I completely understand where you're coming from. After all, you've been taken advantage of by drug-friendly propaganda from advertisements and even an educational system that's paid for by multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies. Even doctors are incentivized to prescribe drugs. Now, I'm not saying all doctors can be paid off, but the fact is big pharma profits from your sickness, and our water and food supply has been destroyed by industrialists. So believe me, I completely understand if you're a little skeptical right now that this breakthrough, all-natural treatment can work for you, because that's the mindset big pharma has spent billions on to ensure ordinary folks are brainwashed and stay that way. So to prove to you that this remedy works without a shadow of doubt, and give you a 100% peace of mind, I'm going to offer you a 60-day, risk-free money-back guarantee. This means you have a full 2 months to test drive Electrolyte Pack. And if you don't see a dramatic reduction in your weight or a massive improvement in overall health and appearance, then simply email me or call me at the customer support page found in the members area, and I'll immediately refund every cent pronto. No questions asked. This price is a drop in the bucket, and yet it can give you everything in return. I'm talking about a return to youthful health and looks, not to mention thousands of dollars saved in medical costs. Oh, and don't forget, your order comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. That means there's zero financial risk on your part. I'll even let you keep the entire program, as a gift for giving Electrolyte Pack a try. So right now, you really have 2 options that lead to 2 very different lives. The first option: you can continue to struggle losing weight, or to gain mental clarity and stay sick. And that's just what Big Pharma wants you to do. They simply trap you in the circle of medication slavery until the day you die. Because that's the way this evil system was designed. Complications like weight gain, accelerated aging, seizures, depression, kidney failure, and so much more can easily be avoided with Electrolyte Pack. You're cutting your life short by possibly decades. Is that really a risk you want to take, for the sake of saving a few bucks? Do you really want to play around with your health? Just feeling sluggish, tired, unmotivated, is a sign of chronic dehydration and malnourishment. Don't you feel you owe it to yourself to have a lot more energy and healthy living? I would feel horrible if a disease robbed me of that. And no, I'm not saying this to freak you out. This is the reality of what this world has come to because of these industrialists. Then there's option 2, the smart option. Investing a small, one-time payment in Electrolyte Pack today, so that you can put my remedy to the test. 100% completely risk-free for a full 2 months. Just imagine yourself reversing that clock on aging and losing weight, without making any lifestyle changes. Finally getting that freedom to eat the foods you love. Free of that constant worry hanging over you of gaining weight, or feeling depressed. And best all, free from the fear of having your life cut short, and shattering the lives of those you love. Think about the people who love and depend on you. You deserve to feel young, and to be healthy. This is your chance to ensure that. Simply ask yourself, isn't your own peace of mind worth giving yourself this chance? Thanks to Electrolyte Pack, I have my wife back. My children won't have to worry about losing their mother. And one day my grandkids will be able to see an energized grandmother. And thousands of people across the world have many wonderful and happy years to enjoy without the constant worry, fear, and pain of illness because of Electrolyte Pack. It's now time to make your smart decision. Honestly, it's the right decision. Because you have a full 2 months to try Electrolyte Pack risk-free with a 60-day money-back guarantee. I have faith in you, and I believe you know what's best for yourself. So go ahead and click below, before it's too late, and start using Electrolyte Pack 100% completely risk-free for a full 60 days and be prepared to experience the life-changing benefits for yourself. This fail-safe product will amaze you beyond your wildest dreams, or you get every penny back, no questions asked. So click the button below now, and I'll see you in the members area. If you're still here and feeling a bit unsure, that's no problem, I get it. If I were in your shoes I'd feel the same, having tried everything under the sun and having trusted my life to big pharma companies. After all, what I've just revealed in this presentation is incredibly shocking. I know it's a lot to take in, and I figured you might still have a couple questions that you need clarity on. Which is why I've compiled a list of my most frequently asked questions. I'm a mother of 4 kids and have dieted, worked out for years without in luck losing weight. Will Electrolyte Pack work for me? Asks Jasmine from Wyoming. Rest assured, I've personally seen the strangest, most severe cases all across the board with weight issues. In fact, as an independent health researcher, it's my passion to ensure this works even for the most extreme cases. Each person is unique, but our bodies all function in the same way underneath. Sure, results can vary across individuals. Some will see faster and more dramatic reductions in their weight loss than others, but ultimately, the specific nutrients, vitamins, and minerals found in these allergen-free ingredients have the same positive effects on anyone. Electrolyte Pack has already worked for tens of thousands of people. So why would it not dramatically work for you too? And that question leads me to something I get asked a lot. If Electrolyte Pack doesn't work for me, will I get my money back? Yes, 100% every penny. As I said, Electrolyte Pack has worked for tens of thousands already, but if you're feeling a little skeptical, I totally understand where you're coming from. I assure you that your order comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't achieve weight loss, along with a huge boost in mental clarity that you're hoping for, if your symptoms don't improve by a great measure, or you simply change your mind for any reason at all, then simply email or call me at the customer support page provided in the members area, and I'll give you a prompt refund. No catch, no questions asked, no fine print, and that's a promise. I extend this because I am that confident you're not only going to love Electrolyte Pack, but you're going to be kicking yourself for not having tried this earlier. Another question I get a lot is, how long will the Electrolyte Pack be available? Honestly, with how fast word is spreading, and how scarce it can be to get our organic, all-natural ingredients, this page may not be here tomorrow until we can manufacture more Electrolyte Packs. With that being said, don't be surprised if this presentation closes by this time tomorrow. So if you want a fail-proof, safe and a natural way to have mental clarity, lose fat, reverse aging, have glowing skin, feel younger and healthier, and so much more, then I urge you to act now, while you still have the chance. To get started, simply click on the button below to try Electrolyte Pack for 60 days 100% risk-free.